Hello students, welcome to your science class. You all know we have almost completed our science syllabus by completing and learning the chapter 15 Air Around Us of your NCERT science textbook. In today's class, let's have a quick revision of chapter 15 Air Around Us. Air, one of the abiotic factors on earth which is most essential for the existence and balance of life on earth. It is required to process all the metabolic processes and is also in relation with many physical and physiological process of all the biotic elements on earth and also the abiotic elements on earth. We know that moving air is called wind. Let's see the introduction to this chapter. Now we all know that we don't see air, but we can feel it. But we can identify the presence of air by observing certain things in nature, like when leaves of the trees rustle, when we see the clothes hanging on a clothesline, they sway or move due to breeze of wind. The fluttering pages of a book is also the presence of air. The air we feel when the fan is switched on. The kite being able to fly in the sky due to air. We find air during the process of winnowing process also. Heavy wind breeze we see during cyclones even uproot the trees and blow off the rooftops, which are also examples of the presence of air. The firki which we learned how to make is it also rotates due to moving air. The weathercock which is placed on the roof to show the direction of air moving at that place also is an example, and all these examples are of the presence of air. You can even find the air present in your closed fist also. The air is even present in an empty bottle without water. That means it is not empty at all. An empty bottle is always filled with air inside it. When the empty bottle actually, which is filled with air, an empty bottle which actually has air present in it, when it is kept in a beaker of water upside down with its mouth open, and when tilted slightly, it shows the presence of air in the form of bubbles coming out of the bottle. That means air is present everywhere around us, which has no color and is transparent, and air also occupies space. A thin layer of air is surrounded around Earth's surface, which extends up to several kilometers above the Earth's surface, which is called atmosphere. And as you go higher the atmosphere, the availability of Earth becomes rarer. That's why mountain climbers carry oxygen cylinders along with them to avoid suffocation in availability of air. What is air made up of? It is made up of mixture of gases. But where until 18th century people thought it was only one substance called air, and later they discovered that air is made up of several gaseous mixture. First, let's learn about water vapor. Air contains water vapor in minute quantities, and its presence in air is very important for the balance of water cycle in the atmosphere. Next, oxygen. Oxygen is present in atmosphere as the most important gas for both plants and animals, and it is the only gas in atmosphere that supports burning. When there is no supply of oxygen, then there will be no burning process taking place. Next is nitrogen. It is the most occupied gas in the atmosphere. It is one such gas that does not support burning. The next gas present in atmosphere is carbon dioxide. The product of burning is actually carbon dioxide. It is present in very less amounts in the atmosphere, and during respiration, oxygen is inhaled and carbon dioxide is exhaled. And during photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is inhaled and oxygen is exhaled by plants. Here in the reactions, you can see for any process of combustion or burning, it involves the intake of oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide and water as the end product. That means oxygen is always required for burning, and the end product of the burning or combustion gives out carbon dioxide. Next mixture of air is Next component present in the mixture of air is dust and smoke. The burning of fuel not only produces carbon dioxide but also smoke and dust particles, which are often harmful to others. Dust particles from factories affect the birds flying in the atmosphere. We see dust particles everywhere present, even along the path of sun rays. But the presence of these particles change from time to time and also from place to place. To filter these dust particles, or for them not to enter our respiratory tract, higher animals or humans have hair and mucus inside the nostrils to prevent these dust and smoke entering the body. That is why policemen who are always exposed to dust and smoke wear a mask. These filters of hair and mucus are not present in mouth. So the dust and smoke enter our body when we breathe through our mouth. So it is avoided to breathe through our mouth. The transparent glass that usually appears hazy when it is not often regularly wiped off for a longer time, because all the dust along with other pollen etc. gets deposited on this glass surface and it appears to be hazy. The air, being a mixture of gases, has mainly nitrogen and oxygen in air, and carbon dioxide, dust and smoke and water vapor are present in very small quantities. Nitrogen is present in 78%, oxygen is available in 21%, both of which makes the 99% of the total atmosphere. The other 1% is made up of carbon dioxide, dust and vapor, etc. Next, see how air is available for animals and plants in soil and water. In water, they are available in the form of dissolved oxygen, which is the source of oxygen for aquatic animals. In soil, they are available between the spaces of porous soil or in lumps of soil that is available in total of 25% of the total soil constituent. In sands or deserts, animals make deep burrows for the air to be available deep into the soil. Even during rains, the organisms in soil come up to the surface for breathing as the burrows get filled due to rainwater. How oxygen and carbon dioxide are balanced in atmosphere. Due to photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide in presence of sunlight, water and chlorophyll, and they prepare their own food and also produce oxygen into the atmosphere. Even plants undergo respiration process, but the amount of oxygen that they produce during photosynthesis is in very large amounts than they consume for respiration. Animals release carbon dioxide during respiration, which is later inhaled by plants during photosynthesis. This is how both plants and animals interdepend on each other and maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Other uses of air are like a huge firki, there are windmills. Windmills help in generating electricity and draw water from underground. Air Air also helps in movement of sailing yachts, gliders, aeroplanes, etc. The birds can fly only due to the presence of air. Air also help in reproduction of plants by dispersing pollen from one flower to another and also play a key role in water cycle. So this is about air and there is a lot of information you can explore more and more. Thank you, students.